And we're back. Or should be, at least. Oh. But it kept the session running. That's not ideal, actually. I do need to figure this out because like I said, I do want to upload these VODs to YouTube. And, well, it says the session is that long, but OBS only says that I've been live for 40 seconds. Oh, there we go. Now it's updated. We're Gucci. It's time to continue. Oh, right, mount. Trying to remember what you get at level 82. Yeah, it is bloodwetting. Okay. Oh. Raw Intuition already does the self-heal thing for 6 seconds. Okay. About 2/3 of the level. I never would have noticed this cave on my own. Thank the scholar that Erenville knew of it, and that you were there to persuade him to share. I took a quick peek inside, but it's awfully dark in there. The medial circuit which Erenville mentioned is the tier directly below us. Unlike the lowest level of Labyrinthos, with its rigid security, one can usually roam the middle layer quite freely. Let us see what we might find. This must be it. The entrance to the mineshaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Man-made though it may be, the shaft was designed to resemble a natural cave system. Heed Erenville's warning and do step carefully. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Everyone here is also pretty able to defend themselves without too much trouble, so shouldn't be too worried about them. Holy fuck, though. This is a big-ass area. It's 167 yalms to the south? There it is. I saw it right as I hit the button. Right here. Right here. Oh no. I just had an idea. I don't like it very much. Survey the area and defeat enemies. Like that noble mithril cap and the other noble mithril cap. Do you get one or two? It's two. Yay! Fell cleave, fell cleave, fell cleave. We did it. Next. These These areas are really, really pretty. I'm really, really glad that I am... Oh. I thought I aggroed that. Whoops. This button. Once again, tried to loot it. Ah, this time 3. I'm sure it won't be so bad. Give me... Yeah! We did it. And then speak with Alphino. Okay, that's not so bad. 534 yawns to the northwest. Okay, that's outside the tunnel, in the medial layer. Magician Coop. Wait, but what? No, not you, Daddy Thalstaden. They are a black mage. Okay, I thought they were, but I wasn't certain. Yishtola. That mine shaft was infested with mithril caps. Some sort of research project, I wonder. I suppose they are a most unusual creature. Why did they develop such long limbs when all they do is shuffle about narrow tunnels? I was being careful, I swear. The slope was steeper than I thought, and I lost my footing for a moment. That's all. I'm not injured, if you don't count my pride. I'm fucking worried for... Kryl. Noon, did you know that Kryl almost took a tumble back there? She can't possibly still be dizzy from the lift. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. And, as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Aaronville's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. What on earth is that building? Okay. That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of damn... No, I'm sorry. Logisticon Alpha. I'm definitely not supposed to be here. Chap in Aporia over there, but they won't let me through. The Gleaner was supposed to have delivered something very important by now. Whenever is it going to arrive? My colleague was meant to accompany me to conduct some fieldwork, but he still hasn't shown up. Honestly, what could be keeping him? This is troubling. That's 3 people that are like, I need to do a thing. Not to presume over much, but you've the air of an outsider about you. If you are indeed new to the area, then I would be more than happy to answer any burning questions you might have. What do you do here? I am a Sky Weaver. Now, I know what you were thinking. Surely you mean Sky Watcher, but rest assured, I did not misspeak. As you may have guessed, I do not watch the sky, but weave it. We in Labyrinthos are not subject to the natural world's tempestuous vagaries. Instead, we are subject to mine. To my tempestuous vagaries. That's a good line. So should you like to keep things sunny, do not cross me. Here we have Logisticon Alpha, a facility designed for the explicit purpose of controlling both air currents and the environment's moisture content, thus allowing us to manipulate the weather itself. By releasing vapor from our underground waterways, we are able to form all manner of clouds, including those capable of producing precipitation. Air currents, meanwhile, are caused by a large fan-like device located at the top of this facility. Specimens and materials located in Labyrinthos are of paramount importance, and it is critical we maintain an environment that supports their survival and longevity. Furthermore, this structure serves as the gateway into the central circuit, where our most highly classified research is conducted. Access to said area is restricted to those who have obtained express permission from the Forum. I'm not going to take the lift back up. I'm not even going to attempt. I want to talk to this person, and then I'm going to do what I'm supposed to be doing. My work keeps all of Labyrinthos running, you know, and the pressures of that can fray my nerves quite easily. That's why I come here, to rest before I burn out completely. So presumably that would take us to the central circuit, which... Wait, I never went out to the left of Upper Corinthos, the outer circuit. Pretty sure that I could have. I just didn't. Just didn't bother. Straight egg! Egg! Wait, are we... Not even slightly. But the ether current I was looking for in this area earlier should be here. Bro. Oh, this is a farming settlement, that's right. Aha! Now I know where we are. This is Mariel Agronomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Foods so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. 'Tis possible they know something of the Forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. I'm gonna go put this bang in the fridge because it's getting unsettlingly room temperature. And also I don't really need more caffeine in my system right now. gather information at Mariel Agronomics. How about instead I go get that ether current? Yeah, so they do... Oh, I'm wrong. So the yellow ones are quests. And the green ones are the ones that you can find. Because I haven't done any ether current quests here, I don't believe. There it is. Youch. Ah. How didn't I aggro those guys coming in? Bruh. How didn't I aggro that guy? Alright, whatever. Oh. No, let me over the wall. Oh, over the wall. God fucking damn it. Wrong button, but I'll take it. Yay! Fucking 2000 XP! Gamers! Killing random enemies in the wilderness is never worth it. Even slightly. Field full of ripe vegetables, being left to rot on the vine. Not a single picker hard at work. Clearly, procuring readily available fresh food is not the forum's priority. The gourds we grow here are something of an agricultural wonder. We've crossbred varieties from all across the realm to create pumpkins that are sweet, sizable, and rich in nutrients. Pretty impressive. Told this cart holds the harvest meant for the larders here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Where's the next one of these, by the way? 478 yalms to the northwest, so up in this area. No two corners of the world cultivate the land in the same way. My research involves poring over the many texts gathered by the gleaners to produce something altogether greater than the sum of its parts. Sorry about that. English is hard, I'm sorry. Nogya. Oh, it's not often you meet someone here who so obviously doesn't belong. Can I help you with something? Tell me about yourself. For now, at least, I am the second most important person in this facility. Now, you may think I am shirking my duties, but even at this very moment, I am envisioning how we can improve our methods. Gazing upon this water mill calms my heart and clears my mind of unnecessary thoughts, leaving room only for brilliant ideas. Even so, inspiration takes time, and today it seems to be slower in the coming than usual. Mariel Agronomics is where the finest agricultural minds gather to research plant specimens from around the realm and the methods by which to cultivate them. The plants grown here are also used to feed the people working in Labyrinthos, straight from our fields to their tables, fresh as fresh can be. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors. Not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? We went through the 33rd facet. The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum has us filling order lists a mom long. Massive yet detailed requests. Literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. I need to stop fucking looking at FC chat because... And so you've spent years researching these high-yield cultivation techniques. This name looks familiar too. Of course, the light of the artificial sun is not as bright, not so brilliant as the real one. However, it allows us to grow crops without having to worry about inclement weather or changing seasons, making the results of experimentation much more consistent. Do I have aught to be taken down below? More than I can carry, and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport. Hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. God, hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. I have no idea what hill they're talking about, except maybe it's that one. For many years, I have poured my energies into developing more bountiful crops. My life's goal is to produce a seed from which both a popoto and a tomato will grow. A man can dream. Yashtola. Yashtola. I took a moment to survey the surrounding area. There are several other facilities nearby that we can investigate if we fail to learn aught of value here. To the west, oh. Well... What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising, given that it's native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modeled. A region in the south of Ilsabard. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition into a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. Used to be called Corvos, before the Imperials renamed it Locus Amogus. Amogus? Amogus. Locus Amogus. That's what I'm calling it from now on. If it comes up anymore, don't hold me to that. I'm not sticking to that. But it is easier to say. The forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment. One whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. Its sense provided a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivation. Investigate the stacked box. Oh. Oh, that? Oh no, this hill. I see. Onion. 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 $288 yalms to the west is into that territory, which means I can't go. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents, bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports. This is where we get caught. Eh? What is this? Oh. Hypnotized flower? Hard to look away, isn't it? Huh? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced. But believe me, it's true. This ashen gray, for instance. It mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Oops. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change color. Bright, glowing hues in the presence of joy. Dark, subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet, even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. Oh, to me that's clear. They have the echo. The flowers have the echo. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture even dimly aware of its existence has given it a different name in mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets, but I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts. We're not being subtle at all. We're not supposed to be here. We're not being even the slightest bit subtle. Have you learned aught of interest? Ow. Much the same story as above. Also, these plants are really cool. These flowers. A flower that reacts to one's feelings. Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing. Ow! This is all very fascinating, but as it stands, we failed to gain any significant insight into the forum's undertaking. Kryl I think I'm fucking right, and the flowers do just have the echo. And the same kind of the echo that Kryl has, which is why she's fucking in trouble. She's way too why her head keeps hurting. She's too empathic, and so the anxiety and uncertainty and such is hitting her a lot harder. The energy of this place is wrong, and she can tell. That's my guess for what's going on with Kryl. Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan. If only we could interrogate the forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Archaeon? Hey, it's our boy. Why is he there? Look there. I think that's Erenville. A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report. Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member, or at least a close associate? You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks? Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone. Nay, I said myself that I wish to know Father's intentions, and no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely. We can apologize later should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned. That's my girl. It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all... Cryle? She's gonna fully pass... Oh no. Cryle? Oh. Yes, that certainly sounds like a plan. I'm glad you agree. Quickly, Erenville's on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him. Cryle! Almost. I can almost reach you. Cryle, what's going on, girl? Forgive me, my attention has been elsewhere. We were following Erenville, weren't we? Let's get after him already. We've waited too long as it is. Fucking let me talk to Alfino. It feels wrong to spy on Erenville, helpful as he's been, but what other choice do we have? Is Cryle still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let her query slip away. Time is of the essence. Let's go! Did you see which way Erenville went? Erenville was headed westwards along the path outside the Archaeon. Come, we can still catch him. I knew it! I knew I was just going to be able to get down there. 267 yalms to the west is actually, like, right down here, I think. No, I'm wrong. It is in the next layer. Shame. Oh, it could be... It could be up there. Southwest. Never mind. It's down there. Actually, I'm gonna go check anyway. Just for curiosity's sake, essentially. 60 foot. Yeah, we are getting closer. So it's either at the back of the Numa here, or it's down on the next level. Aim right, it's right here. Get fucked. I knew it. That one's close too. We have more important stuff to be doing right this instant. Oh boy. Still hear it. We've fallen too far behind, and this damn mist won't help matters. Seems Y'shtola wishes to have a word with us. Hold a moment. I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower floors. If I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. Pardon me. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect him to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads! Goodness! Unaccustomed to transfiguration? Worry not. It will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along to catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Which reminds me, where the creatures hereabouts? In that form you are essentially defenseless. You have changed into a toad! You must remain transfigured in order to progress with to restore or prolong the transfiguration. Okay. Area of effect 4. Ribbit? I would have enjoyed being a toad for a little while, if only for the change of pace. But Y'shtola is right. I am too preoccupied with other matters. Ribbit! Alpha Toad and Alley Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to thing blah. Can I talk with them? Talk. Ribbit! Ribbit! And the map shows us. This is the fucking most hilarious thing. I am so glad that they did this. Inconspicuous multiple toads. Huh. I don't know about this one, Chief. I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand. Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlian scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency? In an age long past, Charlian was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course, and when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good. This sounds a little bit, and partially because it's coming from an Ellison, an older Ellison man, this sounds a little bit like what the Archbishop was talking about regarding Ishgard, when it was hilariously corrupted. And I have suspicions. I have issues with authority and government, but they're also being very deliberately vague. Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances. A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum. He knows. I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full. While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved. Wait, how did you know it was us? If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing, and don't try to fool an expert. To be fair, it wasn't him we were trying to fool. Not really. Our toad performance needs work, apparently. I'll have to pay more attention to the next time I see one. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty the forum agent mentioned. Charlian has been called to action, and the Telophorese Declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. If we happen to cross paths with Erenville again, I should like to thank him properly. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Kryl for the moment. See what they think of this. If I remember correctly from the trailer, something interesting is likely to happen soon. 160 Elms to the southwest is really, really close. And of course it's up there. God damn it. I actually quite like the ether current system, I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind it. I don't mind it in the slightest. I think it's totally fine. People are upset by it because they want to fly early, but, you know, being able to fly early would mean being able to get to places that you shouldn't be able to get to yet. And I think it's less, what's the word I'm looking for? It feels more immersive to have to do the ether currents thing than it would to have invisible walls block progression to places I'm not supposed to be at this point in the story. The story is what matters to me, so yeah, this makes sense. 270 Yalms to the south. I think that one is firmly down by the hamlet. Come the fuck on. It's fine. I may end up having to hop off and take like a nap or something. I'd rather not. I really want to keep playing, but I also can't afford to let my body break down. And there's definitely caffeine crash or something happening. Wait, where's Kryl? Where is Kryl? Trust you found Erenville then. Yeah, and he found us, but... perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Obviously, Kryl is at the flowers. That's not really even a question. It's like nigh guaranteed, I think, at this point. I do like seeing all the new different mounts, you know. Well, okay, so Kryl is, of course, up by the flowers, but I have a quest to go pick up. This is the thing that matters more. Ether currents. Ether currents! Oh dearie me. My sweetest Shaggles! One of the Archaeon's precious samples has fled! You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? My apologies. I'm Nwelhi Tia, an archivist. Nwelhi. The Archaeon is home to various samples collected from all across the star, and one such specimen has just escaped. A young troll, to be specific. Oh, I hope he hasn't been set upon by the local predators. Listen, I promise to compensate you, so could you please help me retrieve the specimen? My thanks. I will continue my search of this area. I'd like for you to check the 33rd facet. Once you've had a comprehensive look about, please meet me at the Archaeon to report your findings. Alright. Back up to where Kryl is, which is 99% at the flowers. Damn it. Hey, guess what? She's fucking right here. Hey, Kryl. There we go. For you. The spell will keep it from wilting. I gotta go pee. We're gonna keep Kryl's unsettling grin on screen. I'll be back. For you. The spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead. Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but... Bye, all. Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice, on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the worlds she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower, walk free, for you are free, to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness seek joy, surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Isn't walk free a line in the fucking song? Walk free, walk free, walk free, believe. That song. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant. Cry all. That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Yeah, this song that's playing in the background. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers are more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts. That unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress. You can't be serious. We've done nothing wrong. So we're getting kicked out, pretty obviously. Yeah, we're getting kicked out. Wait, is that their dad? Yeah, that's their dad. Master Forsenal, what business has the Forum with us? Obstruction and suppression, apparently. Mistress Baldessian, Our records show you facilitated the Scion's entrance into Charlian by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archaean custodian, a group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior. Clandestine? We may not have entered Charlian as Scions, but we did not to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention. 'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst. What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea? The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your fate will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained. Braha? But why? Is reading a crime now too? Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library. Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum. Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra awaits. Well, shit. I have a small, minor task to take care of. Here, if they'll let me. If not, I'll just come back. It's not like they can really stop me. Well, I mean, yes, they can, but the fact that... Oh, boy. Pryle's put her hair up. Forgive me. I was careless. We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent. The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Forchenot, how do you pronounce that name? Would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency? As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Charlian assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian, but these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they if not a dire threat to be expelled? I like how he went from calling us malcontents to militants to warmongers in like 4 sentences. Master of rhetoric, this guy. You've tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed. Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom. A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Charlian, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age-long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention? Whence came this revelation? From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot. They forced my hat off! Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the forum's policy-making process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge, above all else, appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Charlian society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthus. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago. The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was gave rise to your oh-so-important duty. Mind your tongue, Archon! If you had seen... Yes, we are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. I'm not asking you to take up the sword and help us on the battlefield. I'm asking you to tell us what the fuck you're trying to do. We would be so much more okay with your dismissal if we understood. We would likely be so much more okay with your dismissal of aid if we knew what the fuck you were doing. Come what may, we shall live on. We must. Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath. Such misguided zeal. Father, No. Master Fortunal. I fail to understand. I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take, but by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue. As I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions. That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly? Scholark Montichine. He's head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's. Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom, which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourself in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you to read it with no reason given? No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand. Order. We will have order. Master Montichane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following methods. Measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Charlian. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. A few. Some. Not quite half? I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Really? Simple majority? Really? I guess that's fair. Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded. I need to stop clicking on that. I apologize for the trouble I've caused you. I was pondering the significance of what I had read as I left the restricted section, and knocked over the security mammoth on my way out. I promise to be more vigilant next time. You may encounter some raised eyebrows, but do continue to claim the students as your sponsor whensoever the need arises. I believe in the guiding principles of the Scions, and I know my grandfather would have as well. My father may be right, but I am still groping in the dark for answers. But I needed him to know that I would never stop searching. I owed that much to Arenvald and myself. Thank the gods for Scholarch Monteshame. I absolutely loathe arguing in circles. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city, and our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the Ethereal Sea. With our freedoms so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlayan. We shall have to think very carefully about how we are to proceed from here. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival come what may. Is father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alfino? Alice? It is you! When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I am so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mother? Ameliance Leveilleur, at your service. And you fine people must be the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches father that you were here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortunal are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I have been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go, visit your home. We will be back at the Annex when you are ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Noon, what do you think? Noon? The Noon Caldier? What a splendid day this has turned out to be! Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Okay. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Noon, if you would be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. I don't know, leaving it on that screen with just... I'm sure Alfino thinks nothing of it. He invited classmates over all the time. But well, I wasn't the most... It was a different time for me, alright? I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Noon? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? Of course! Alfino's following me. Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away, childhood toys. I mean, never mind. Levier Estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on! I have to talk with both of them. Just down the stairs. And please don't make a fuss when we get there. It's only house. Strange to be here with you now. To come full circle and see how much has changed. What? What's up with this square? Oh, I see. As children, Alfino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment. Came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. When Alize and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or a servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. And here you are at last. Please do come in. This sounds uncomfortably like home from Undertale. Welcome home, my lady. Kind of barged my way in here earlier. This is not my first time seeing the house. What? What are you gawping at? Just admiring the craftsmanship. Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think. Lord Fortune knows not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return. As you wish, my lady. Master, she's looking at me. She's not looking at this attendant, she's looking at me. Master Alfino, Mistress Alize, if you would accompany me upstairs. We shan't be long. The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet, a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. 'Tis clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name. "'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them." Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits. Ooh! When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother, Oh, look how well it fits you! And the style is to your liking. These are their outfits in the trailer, yeah? The Zetairoiki. It's perfect! Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino? Naturally! You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself. Our boy! Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical. I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch. Oops. If you would allow me, Master Alphino. His sage weapons! The no-lips! Yeah! Yeah! Wait, are these? A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments both to heal and to harm, in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. Wink. The Sage Soul Crystal! I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well, and please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge. We will, Mother. I promise. My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. He's doing what he's doing because he thinks it will help you. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merits of your actions after they cannot be undone. Oh, Mother. We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now. Now, watch this. Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close. Watch this. They're going to walk out of the door and bump directly into their dad. He's gonna be like right there. Bonk. Alfie, no! The sage stuff looks so good on you! Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her. And I, shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Fuck, I forgot to talk to Alize! Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice. As will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. I missed text! Pain! Pain! Ah! There are two things I'd like to do. First, before we continue... Hi, that's Ara. I'm gonna bother him. Wonder what he's up to. Ara, Nanaya, and then mute the tab. Oh, he's not streaming anymore. I think that's interesting. I'm kind of surprised. It's very rare that I I guess maybe he had like stuff to do, that I outlast Ara in a stream. Anyway, there are a couple of things that I want to do, not the least of which is try out those striking dummies as Sage. Ah, Ara just came back online. Decent chance he's about to be streaming. There are striking dummies down here in Mariel's agronomics, and I also have that to do. So we are going to quickly run to the 33rd facet, whatever the hell it's called. How far in here do I have to go to get the location mark on the map? There we go. Oh, what's this fate now? Guessel greens, yep. We got some healers on me. 2 white mages. Oh my god. I can get another GCD off before I have to leave. Okay, so... Not gonna lie, Warrior's still pretty brain dead at this point, but I'm also only level 81. I haven't gotten anything new yet. I probably shouldn't have used that Felt Leaf, but I also don't have anything else to spend it on, so... Brah. Fucking bra moment right there. Stun resist, okay. Something targeted me partway through that. I'm just gonna equilibrium this one. Never mind, it didn't even remotely hurt. What the fuck? Bruh. We have a Dark Knight here as well. Oh, fuck. There we go. Stun resist. I lost a little bit of time, but that's okay. Why? Fates are actually pretty useful. God damn it. Pretty useful for the purpose of getting XP. Again, 150,000 XP ain't bad. And gold is pretty easy to achieve, especially when you get there right as it starts. Troglophiles wait, what? Oh, I see. I can actually see the cave that lead... Holy shit, that's a fucking S-rank hunt. Like 90% sure that's either an A rank or an S rank. That's terrifying. I almost ran right into it. But this cave is the one I wanted to go into. Well, I mean, no, this cave is not the one I wanted to go into, but I want to go into this cave as well. There's a monkey! Okay. Area discovered. Time to leave. Because I, again, have things that I'm doing. I am trying to be very, very quick about this for a couple of reasons. But the big one is just that I want to go find a striking dummy somewhere. And, I feel like I'm hearing whispers in the background. Am I insane? No, but as I was saying, I want to find some striking dummies and, hit them. I would like to hit them, please. I think they might have striking dummies up here, so I intend to teleport back up there once I'm done with this. I just want to hit them as Sage, because I haven't done that yet. Search for the specimen at the designated location. Hey, Paz is online. How about that? I'll go back to this, just in case. Bruh. Oh, because I was supposed to come at it from the other side. No teleport from the other side. It'd be like that. 669 yalms to the west. Again, fully into territory I can't get into yet. The level of fates in an area is a pretty decent guess as to where, what level the area is at. I didn't actually mean to aggro this guy, but whatever. Oh, that didn't work. Well, shit. Guess I'm getting damage over time. Oh, haha. Teleport got canceled because I was still taking damage over time. Silly me. Ow! My fucking wrist! I just popped it. I might actually take a break soon. 13 hours in, I think? I see. I was unable to find the specimen either. However, I did meet someone who claimed to have seen it in Mornvale Forest. Let us head there and see if we can track it down. I'm still gonna do this, like I am gonna go up there, but I know, or at least I'm pretty damn sure, that there are striking dummies. I knew it. Out here, and I want to hit them as Sage. The problem is that you don't get Ether Sting, or sorry, Adder Sting. You don't get Adder Sting even by using Addergall unless it hits. Oh, those are level 80. I didn't even realize. Oh, wait, huh? Okay, I can remove Cardion from myself. Okay, actually, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take maybe an hour's break tops. I'm going to be right back to this. I'm not even going to log out of the game. I'm going to take like an hour's break. I'm going to like walk, shower, rest my wrist a little bit, and then I'll be back. More of the game, more of the MSQ. We'll be back very soon. Well, in about an hour or so. See y'all then. I should tweet about this. I'll tweet about it after I end the stream. See y'all then. Fuck it.